The opinions expressed during this podcast are the individual's own and do not represent those of Wyndham City Council.
Welcome everyone to Recently Returned, and thank you for joining us for this episode of the Summer Series 2022. My name is Jonine and I'm a member of the Adult Program and Services team. Today we are visited by Aidan, a member of the Collections team. Lovely to see you today, Aidan. Thank you so much for joining us. To commence our chat, we have 3 quick questions to start us thinking about what we read, how we read, and the impact reading can have. First off, Aidan, what is your worst reading habit?
I'd say my worst habit, Jonine, is that I overcommit to what I expect to read in any given amount of time. I like to spend some time reading each day. I also really like to take my time with reading. I'm not a race to the end kind of person. I like to sort of linger with books and spend some time with them. But I need to learn to balance that with working in a library where I have unlimited access to a huge number of amazing looking books that I often just can't help taking the bigger pile home with me at the end of each day, where they often end up piling up by the bed, waiting for me to get to them. And I just need to be a little bit more realistic with how much time I can give to any given book.
In a world of books, I'm sure the books love the fact that you want to take them home. Thank you so much. Our next question is, if you could revisit a book for the very first time, what book would you choose and why?
If I were to be able to time travel back in time to revisit a book for the first time, actually be a series that touches on time travel a little bit. A few years ago now, Brian K. Vaughan, who's I think most well known for the Saga graphic novel series, brought out another series called Paper Girls, which has since seen the streaming adaptation, and I think also a lot of strong parallels with the recently very popular Stranger Things series. So to be able to revisit that series in the current sort of cultural climate, post Stranger Things, I think would be a lot of fun.
How exciting to be able to follow an author, to see them grow and develop, and to find that their relevance is as strong now as it was then. Thank you so much for that. And our final short question is, what book gave you the greatest challenge this year?
One that I found really challenging but also really rewarding was, again, a book that came out several years ago now, but which I've only recently got around to reading. It's the first book in Anne Leckie's Imperial Raj series, Ancillary Justice. A lot of books play with shifting narrative perspectives, but this one sort of takes it to the next level. The main protagonist is a sentient spaceship of sorts. So the story is told from their perspective, but their consciousness is also shared by the crew of the spaceship. So you have one protagonist with many bodies, many points of view, and the perspective in the story shifts from amongst all of them. So it can be quite disorienting, but also a really fun challenge to read.
Often readers talk about the challenge of having multiple perspectives in a story, but they also talk about the richness of that journey. And so it's really exciting to have another book recommended with that richness of perspective. This is another book that is in our Wyndham collection. And now our final question, Aidan, is your reading recommendation for summer.
Well, for me, summer reading's all about relaxing and having fun and a bit of escapism, and I think one style of book that does that very well is manga, which I read a lot of. This summer, I'd really recommend having a look at the recent series Spy Family. It's also just had an anime adaptation that's a lot of fun as well. So you can read or you can watch or you can do both. It follows the adventures of a sort of ad hoc undercover family in a world that's very much based on 1960s Cold War Europe, with a lot of humour, a lot of adventure, and a lot of fun family dynamics as well.
Thank you for that. Summer is definitely a time where we love our fun. We always love our crime, especially an unexpected, twisting crime plot that is gripping, and we can't put it down, but we can if we need to. Thank you so much for that recommendation, Aidan, and for sharing your reading world. Just a reminder to everyone to join the Summer Reads Just For You program so we can send you a personalised list of reading recommendations. Check this out on our library website, along with the titles that Aidan has shared with us today, which are in our Wyndham collection. Also, please let us know your thoughts on today's books and share your favourite reads on Recently Returned at wyndham.vic.gov.au or drop us a line on the library Facebook page. Thank you so much for joining us, Aidan, and thank you everyone, and happy reading.